So some developments have occurred since we last talked at 9 o'clock. You may have gotten this information, but, and I think this was covered by Chief Lawson, but one of the significant things that has happened, and I'm thankful for, is that the efforts by DWR to lower the lake level by utilizing the spillway to reduce the water has been effective, and now there's no more water going over the emergency spillway. That is a very positive thing at this point. But as you also heard, although it brings some stability to the situation, there are still a lot of unknowns. We need to continue to lower the lake level, and we need to give the Department of Water Resources time to thoroughly evaluate the situation so that we can make some decisions as to whether or not it is safe to repopulate areas. I can tell you that we have staff looking at the various areas that evacuations have been ordered in and making a determination based on better analysis as to what areas are clearly in danger and what areas may be less vulnerable. But that analysis still needs to be done. And so we're going to continue in our current status until we have some better information about whether or not it is safe to bring people back in. With that, I'd like to invite Director Bill Crowell up from the Department of Water Resources to give us he's a subject matter expert in this, and I think he can give us a better idea of what the current status is with regard to the dam and the spillway.
Thank you, Sheriff. Again, my name is Bill Croyle, Acting Director at the California Department of Water Resources. So tonight, to confirm, the adjustments to the flood control structure increase in the flow from 55,000 acre-feet per second up to 100,000 acre-feet allowed the department to withdraw more water faster so we could take the head off the top of the emergency spillway. The idea behind that strategy was to reduce the erosion and stop the erosion, and then now the site is starting to dewater and drain out. With the resources of Butte County Sheriff, we've been able to go out, put our geotechs and engineers in the air, and visually inspect that area in detail tonight. So we have some things we want to make sure that we get back in the morning and address those more, specifically on the ground, again, with our resources. We have developed our contingency plans, and we will refine those as soon as we can get out with first light and look at our strategy. So resources are being brought into the area to address this concern. With the, one of the things that we're really sensitive to is the condition of the existing but damaged flood control structure that we've been all working on this week in our unified command structure with a number of agencies and experts that have been brought in to address the assessment, the monitoring, and evaluation of our current conditions, and allowing us to address some of the things that are coming up. One of the key things for us is we need to, evacuate some of the water that's behind that reservoir so we can get ready for the incoming storms. Right now, the inflow into the reservoir is 40,000 CFS. We're discharging 100,000 CFS. So again, we're making additional flood control storage. We need to do that for a length of time so we can make room for the anticipated storm here later this week. If we can keep this discharge rate up and not compromise the flood control structure, then we're going to do it. If we can do that for a day, we can move out about 1.2 million acre-feet of water. So we need to get down, as indicated earlier, almost 50 feet to get at a level that we would normally operate this reservoir to, giving this kind of a year with the snowpack and our current inflow conditions. One thing I might mention, this is a very wet year. We're very aware of our snowpack and our hydrologic conditions. We want to make sure that we're looking at everything, whether it's hydrologic or weather forecasts and our condition of our infrastructure, to make sure we're doing everything we can to make sure that that operates and protects the public. I think with our multi-agency approach that we've taken here, we're doing that. I think today was an example. It was a tough call to make. It was the right call to make to protect the public.